Welcome everybody back to another episode of the Siege SNP server. That's right, we're back. And I hope you all enjoyed that time lapse at the beginning of the episode today. I thought before I started recording, I thought I would get on with the build because I knew it would take me a while, and then see what time I had left afterwards to do this episode for you guys. So as you saw there, I'll kind of explain it as I go along, but what I was building there was the start of the armor farm. So I can kind of explain it to you by showing you how it works. So we're going to kill these skeletons. Let's wait for them. There we go. Okay, so I've actually changed the timer on the skeleton farm now to 22 blocks, I think, just to make them all like this. Well, the ones that haven't got armor on, of course. You can just punch kill them. Now, the ones with the armor on are the ones that are important. That's why I've swapped to a looting sword that I've got here. It's not looting 3, but it'll do. All I'm hoping for is one piece of armor to get through the system, or a bow, just to prove that it works. Now, bows are going to be tricky to separate out the system, but I'll have to figure out a way to do that afterwards. But what I've mainly focused on is getting rid of the arrows and getting rid of the bows out of the system. Alright, okay, so now that these have crushed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill them, and what I'm going to hope for is that we get some bows or armor pieces separate from the bones and the arrows. So basically what I've focused on is getting rid of the bones and the arrows from these skeletons by setting up the separation chambers down below. Now, obviously the thing we're going to have an issue with here is skeletons drop bows as well as armor. Now, a bow is also it's a non-stackable item, so it's kind of awkward to try and get a way that you can pull them out of a system. Now, that's going to be a little bit more awkward to sort out, but I think I've got a plan for it. But what we're going to do here is kill these, and hopefully we get some drops in that chest to prove that it works. Then I'll run you over what I've done, and hopefully we'll see what happens. Now, I want to hope that the system is quick enough to pull out the drops faster than the hoppers filter them out. That's also what I'm testing. So, by the look of it, I think we've got a piece of armor there on a skeleton, yeah. So we've got a pair of chain pants that will be filtering through. This is also fire aspect, so it's very bright. Let's just grab that XP. So we seem to have picked up 2 bones. Obviously, that was by accident. So what we want to check here now is that the system's running properly. And that in this chest, eventually, when stuff filters through, we'll get the stuff. So I'm just curious as to how long it's going to take to run through, because what I might have done is forgotten something. So that's why you test everything. I need to put my ladders in these holes. That's what this is for. So I can get down and have a look at the system. So, let's have a look then, shall we? So we've got bones, arrows, and arrows. You need 2 of these for some reason, because the hoppers aren't quick enough to stop them. But what I'm looking for is to see where everything's jamming up, because by the look of it, nothing has filtered through properly. I think I've probably got a hopper pointing the wrong direction. Just give me a sec, I'll have a look at it, and we'll see where everything got stuck. So, what it looks like is that these 2 hoppers on the front are jamming up with all of the items. So it seems that they're running incredibly slowly. So I have honestly no idea where this stuff's going, because it seems to be faster than I can get it out of this hopper. Now I'm wondering if it's actually going anywhere, because I don't see anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look around the back with you guys on camera, so you can see what's going wrong with me. So if we hopefully, what we see is a collection of bones at the bottom, Now, these 9 are actually correct. 8 and 8. Now, because if I can get... I'm trying to remember where my hole is. It's actually there, but I'll go down here. So basically, what I've got set up down here... It's going to get quite dark here, so I'll put some torches down as I dig across. So what we've got here is a couple of chests, which for this should be bones, and that should be arrows. But it seems that stuff's getting stuck. But I don't know where it's getting stuck. So the arrows are there. Arrows. This is really puzzling me. That's why I might as well just put that there. I'll use this. For some reason, I think what's going on, I think all the stuff is going between 2 hoppers. I think that's what's going on. I think these 2 hoppers are pointing the wrong direction. Yeah, can you see that? The hoppers are pointing into each other. That explains quite a lot, actually. I'll just break them and place them again. So basically what I wanted to happen is, if I wasn't such a dumb person and placing the wrong way, that hopper has to point into that hopper there to set the system going. And then obviously that one points into it to flush everything through. So by the look of it, we did get some stuff. It's just, it was broken at the start to even do anything. Let me just chuck all this back in. Because I'm pretty sure that what it was doing was just throwing the stuff in between. Which it shouldn't have been doing. But it seems... See, we fixed it on camera, so at least you guys can see what's going wrong. I need to go back there and put the piston blocks back on. So I did obviously swap us to peaceful mode, just so we can have a look at it. So we'll swap back to hard. I only do it on peaceful when I want to test out and go inside that little section there. So basically what we should see is this. This is what I want to see. Is this happening? So now... The really, really awkward part of this is getting rid of these bows. Now, I don't see how I can filter a bow out because it's being non-stackable. I may have to look this up and see if it's possible. Now, obviously, I said earlier I might have an idea. Now, the idea, obviously, is just to literally get them firing out of a dropper and hoppers and stuff like that. It kind of gets confusing. I don't really know how to explain it. That's probably best not to. So what we've got here is, like I said, those chests at the bottom should now be working properly. And they should have the bones and the arrows independent from each other. So this is bones, and this is going to be arrows when it eventually filters the stuff through. Because I think what's going on at the moment is the arrows are just slowly going through the machine. So what we'll do is we'll crush this lot, let's see if we can get a bow or some armor or something from them. We'll see what we can do. I think I took a piece of redstone off something I didn't mean to. Okay, so they've been crushed. Something died. Doesn't really matter. I actually took off more blocks at the back as well, which I've just realised. Because you shouldn't be able to see the back section there, so I'll have to put those blocks back in. Now, obviously, standing too close, I do start to pick up stuff. So, let's just place those blocks back there. Let's just give it another test and see if it functions. So, we've gained another bow. Let's see if anything else comes through this chest. I wonder if anything will. It's kind of a little bit slow because if you kill them in bulk, what tends to happen is the skeletons back up, and then you get tons and tons of bones and tons of arrows filtering through your system. Like, haha, here something's jamming up because all the arrows are seemingly ending up in this chest. Now we'll have to go down there and I'll have a look at this. This is why I'm checking it now, because clearly all the arrows are getting stuck here. So they are probably going through. I don't know. So what we'll do is we'll go down and we'll have a look at it, and then I'll come back to you when I've fixed it. Past the torches with a chest. Oh, that is genius! Oh! Alright, I think I have solved it. 2 time lapses later, and I think I have solved it. So, my problem that I was having with it was the fact that I had some redstone torches. This one here was next to our hopper, which was here. And they were basically just locking the entire system up, which wasn't working out. So what I've done is I've raised everything down by a block. I've put in chests next to the torches to eliminate that factor. And it seems to be working fine now. I've got all the bows and the armor over this side. And we've obviously got some more test subjects in here we can test it on. Just want to prove that it works. So we'll show what the before in the chest is. So that's the before for that one. Down here, what we've got 31 and 27. So at some point, we're going to need to build a room for the chests, because this place is going to get stocked up very, very quickly. So, let's just do this. Punch them, don't really mind. It's the armor ones I want to kind of focus the looting sword on. So if we just swing our sword in there now. And see what turns up, really. See if we get anything. So there's a pair of pants that's just gone in there. So they should, in theory, be in this chest now. Well, when they've filtered through. There they are. So there's some leather pants. We've just gained another piece of armor. Now, down below, we had 31 and 27. Now we're getting 56 and 41. So it is working, which is beautiful. Right then. I'm really happy how that's turned out. That's just taken me such a long time to do that. And that's only step one of it as well. Next I've got to build a storage system for it. Obviously, I want to set up something to do with the armor. If I can figure out a way to separate non-stackable items from something, then I will definitely do that. Now, I'm wondering if there's a way to do it by identifying the difference between one than the other, but I'm not sure. I'm not even sure it's even possible. I'm going to have to look it up, because what we might end up just having to do is just manually separate them into their areas. So remember last time when we did the armor farm, we had them just shoot out of the floor. Didn't really separate them. Now, we did that we had carrots, iron, potatoes, and armor in there, so we could have easily separated them out, but that would have been a waste of some redstone. Now, maybe that's what I'm going to do here, is obviously then we'll have like a burning section. You can burn blank bows, you can repair them in your inventory and just put them in chests, because we've got things like this at the moment, which is just ridiculous. So I guess we'll give it one more test, and I guess that'll be it for the episode. It's been, I guess, a shorter episode, because I've spent so long doing these time lapses and the redstone behind it. I've literally used up all my time for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, though, because it's been very fun just to puzzle around with some redstone. I'm just accidentally killed all them. That was an accident. Whoops. Oh well, that was an opportunity for sort of lots of gold armor there. So what I will do now, I guess, next episode, I'm probably going to do something different. And then for the following one, what we'll do, I guess we'll start on the storage system for the arrows and the bones, which I think they're currently down there somewhere. So what I want to do is drag them into this area and use this area as the storage area. So, or maybe it's going to be the entrance. I don't know yet. I don't think it's going to be the entrance, because the way out actually is that direction. So really what we'd want to do is make this the staircase, this the storage room, and this the enchanting section, because then you can still see your spawners underneath. And then obviously this section eventually will get transformed into the arena above. But that's for another day. So I hope you've all enjoyed this episode of the Siege SMP server. I hope you've both enjoyed both time lapses in this episode. It's been very fun, but yet very challenging for me to get things done. I've learnt a lot about redstone again today, and yeah, it looks really simple, but it's taken me so long to do this little system. It's stupid. Like, almost all this system now runs on top of each other again. Now, I guess I could compact this a little bit more, but it doesn't make sense to at this point. So if more redstone ends up being back here, then I guess we'll do that. But at this point in time, I don't know what I'm doing with the this shooting through yet. What I may do is loop it back around on itself and get it shooting from behind the skeletons, maybe, I don't know. But I want to be able to, like, do two things with it before I wrap up here. So this is what the plan is for next time we're down here, is to set up something for the storage room over there, and to also set up something for this, so either where a player can wear the armor, or where a mob can have it shot onto them by a dispenser. So the dispenser would shoot it into the ground, and then they'd pick it up. Because I want to have a way of identifying, or basically I want to change the system to have a separate button, which will be on a separate hopper timer, which kills all the skeletons, except for the ones wearing armor, or, because either that or the ones picking it up. I haven't thought it through yet. Maybe a way that we can detect if there's things wearing armor is the fact that there'll be something in there which rotates the broken skeleton armor, which they've had. It basically rotates it through if I press the switch of a button. If it decides that, oh, instead of going to this hopper, it goes this direction instead, because this pushes into place, or something like that. So then we'll have a rotating cycle, which hopefully we can deviate just enough through the skeletons that we can separate ones that can pick up armor and ones that can't. That's the plan, but that's all for in the future anyway. It sounds really complicated at this point, and I have honestly no idea how it's even going to work. But yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed, and I guess I will see you all again next time. Bye-bye.